What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Game Pass and Review. My name is Kevin, aka the Muffin Mon, and this is Project X Talk. Today, we're going to talk about Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, which was just released on May 10th. The game was developed by Natsumi and Rabbit and Bear Studios and published by 505 Games, which has had a string of hits recently. They're really coming into their own as a publisher. So, for those that think this game might sound familiar, it's because it was actually shown off at the Xbox Showcase last year, along with its sister project, Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes. 100 Heroes is the spiritual successor to Suikoden, and this is a side story action JRPG. Immediately, I want to point out that this game's character artwork is beautiful. The sprites are absolutely phenomenal, and I love their designs. Despite not thinking that the environments of the world are really anything special, I love watching the characters move throughout because it is such good artwork. In Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, you'll play as three characters. CJ, a 16-year-old adventurer who left home to follow in her father's footsteps of uncovering treasure and exploration. Garu, a mercenary kangaroo, and yes, it is as awesome as it sounds. And Isha, an aloof ice mage who starts off pretty cold. Get it? Cold. She's looking for her father and trying to help her town. I immediately want to get this out of the way is that the story here really isn't that good. It's serviceable at best, but the majority of interactions with characters you can skip and you'll not have missed a single thing. I don't think the writing in this game is very strong. There's no voice acting, which really emphasizes this point, and you're going to be talking to a lot of people, and I mean a lot. So my suggestion is every time you get a side quest story, skip that dialogue. It's pretty pointless. It's fetch quests, so you have no reason to listen to it. And honestly, most of the main story you can probably skip as well. You watch a few scenes here or there, you're going to get the gist, but it's really not anything special that you need to sit through because they take forever and it's drawn out. The story comes down to CJ stumbling into a rundown town and being asked with helping out the town and its residents. At first, you're going to be given main quest objectives to teach you the basics of the game, and after a bit, the job town board will open. This is basically where all the residents and the shopkeepers will put their side quests for you to do. So CJ is given these tasks because she wants to help the town and save it from the dark evil that's looming over the village, but she's also trying to become a full-fledged adventurer, which requires you to complete stamp cards. And yes, it's a little lame, but you will get a stamp every time you complete a mission for someone. And let me tell you, there are many stamps. There's a silver stamp card, a gold stamp card, a platinum stamp card, and a black card for a total of 160 stamps. However, the good news is that most of these stamps are actually incredibly easy to get. I did all of them and beat the entire game within 12 hours, and that's because all, and I mean all of the quests in this game are essentially fetch quests. Every quest boils down to go somewhere, get something, bring it back, talk to someone else, talk to the person that gave you the quest after you talk to someone else. It's really basic stuff. And thank God that this game has implemented a fantastic fast travel system because it would be a pain in the butt if you had to navigate through all of the areas to finish these quests. Instead, you can simply warp there, whether through a main menu or signposts. So you can probably bang out 10, 20 stamps within 15 minutes. So it really does go pretty quick. Completing tasks for residents also has an impact on the town. As you do more, the town and shops will improve. I didn't expect the game to have a town building element. It's not something I normally like, but I actually did enjoy it in this game. There's tons of vendors from classic armor and weapon shops to farm for ingredients, an inn, a cafe, and more obscure things like rune vendors and just your pawn shops. Classic stuff you would see in JRPGs. These will become vital for your improvement because while there isn't really a gear system in this game, such as like you equip new weapons, you basically just upgrade your weapons, but you do gain the ability to equip accessories, which give you bonuses like increased drop rate or critical hit chance, and runes, which amplify your attacks with certain elements. You can give your sword a fire element, you can increase your ice damage. And these runes, especially, become important later in the game when enemies start getting elemental characteristics. They can be weak or strong to certain attacks, and you will have to figure out how to take them down. Runes also give you access to hidden passages and allow you to explore further in dungeons. What I really want to highlight in this game, however, is that despite starting out very simple and boring in its combat, I actually grew to love it quite a bit. You start out with basically only a two-hit combo for every character, and you can do a jump attack. But as you upgrade your characters and you upgrade your weapons, you're going to gain the ability to do directional attacks. And this will gain the ability to do link attacks. These are powerful and flashy moves that actually allow you to chain character attacks together. So you start with one character, and then if you hit the input at the right time, you can cycle through all your characters multiple times and deal massive amounts of damage. And they all have special animations, things that they can't normally do within combat. It just looks awesome. It's a really cool mechanic, and it's great for boss fights. Each character should be used in certain situations. CJ is fast and agile. She has easy time doing combos against slow enemies, and her dash move allows you to get behind enemies and move around in the air very quickly. So if there's aerial enemies, she is probably your go-to girl. Garu is more slow and tanky. He hits very hard with his giant sword, but he should be used to reflect projectiles back at enemies, break wooden shields. His charge attacks send shockwaves through multiple grounded enemies, and he possesses the ability to block and parry. Isha, however, can deal massive damage from afar. She shoots ice projectiles and she can break magic shields, but her defense is very low. She is a typical glass cannon mage. She doesn't have very good escape options, so use her for range attacks and to start your link attack combos. I wouldn't say that the game is amazing, but it's certainly a ton of fun. I never felt bored or burdened. I don't normally like fetch quests, and this game is certainly fetch quest simulator, but the ease at which you could do them made this essentially non-issue. If you can ignore a mediocre story and just enjoy the gameplay, I think there is a lot to love here for this game. I recommend Eiyuden Chronicle Rising for anyone that enjoys side-scrolling action RPGs and Metroidvanias because you're going to be going through the same areas over and over. I did not expect that. I thought this was going to be a traditional JRPG, new areas all the time, but there really are only a handful, if that, of areas to go through, especially dungeons. You're going to see the same paths over and over. So make sure that you enjoy that type of gameplay. Anyway, that's it for my review. Let me know your thoughts down below. Follow me at the Muffin Mon. It's a 1 to 7I and own 7A. Follow us at Project X Talk to stay up to date with all of our latest. Like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, I'll see you. Goodbye.